Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the mid-September love check-in for the sign of Sagittarius. The video is time-stamped, so you can go ahead and into the description if you like and check out the various sections with the timestamp so you don't have to wait. But we're going to get right into the romance oracle messages for this mid-month. Attraction. Wow, law of attraction at work here. And very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Very soon. That means you're certainly in a space right now where you're about to manifest some of your wishes and dreams. Let's pull out your animal spirits, Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius myself, so it's for my own collective, really. And again, this may resonate with you or not. That's fine. Just take what applies and throw the rest away. We know these readings can't possibly be for all Sagittarius, but this is just a mid-September update, check-in to the vibes and energies around you and your significant other. Lion. Fire energy. Beautiful, beautiful. Lion. So Leo energy in a sense, but also we're talking about being very regal. The lion is the ultimate master of self. So we're going to get into it, but it's very strong, beautiful energy. We have the sea serpent. Wow. The potential, right? This is actually ether energy. So that circle at the top is the alchemical symbol for ether. So let's get into these two very powerful animal spirits, Sagittarius. The lion. What can I say about the lion? The lion is the master of self. Oftentimes, lion individuals can come off as being haughty or snobby or have this air. But the truth of the matter is, it's because they are completely consumed with self-mastery. They're patient, they're regal. The lion is the master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. So the lion personality basically dedicates their entire life to personal and spiritual growth. So if whatever is going on or whatever you're doing or whatever is happening is not aligned with that, they simply have no time for it. And so they do come off as being somewhat inaccessible, aloof. But this is, if you pay attention, it's because the lion is extremely observant, very stealthy. The lion is precise with their words and their actions. They don't waste energy or resources. Why? Because they need all of these energies and resources on the path to self-mastery. This is what they save their energy for. Very, very beautiful energy. You could be resonating with this, Sagittarius, if you are right now very much on this path of transforming your life. This could be a spiritual transformation, a career transformation. This could be just a stage in your life where you're really kind of coming into your own. You're really mastering a lot of sides of yourself. You've decided not to let in any outside influences that are superfluous or unneeded. Like we said, anything that doesn't fit into the path of this self-transformation, this self-mastery, the lion really has no time for it. So it's also kind of, getting more serious about manifesting your dreams and your goals. Then we have the sea serpent. Now the sea serpent is an ether energy. And with the ether energy, animal spirits, we talk about, they're all either mythical animals or they are mystical objects. Now here we have a mythical animal, which is the sea serpent. And a sea serpent is certainly associated with the second chakra, which is located in the pelvic bowl. This is, of course, the Kundalini chakra, the chakra associated with our center of creativity, sensuality, emotions, and desires. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy in a healthy way, right? So this is what we're talking about. So this is quite interesting, because this energy, this kundalini energy that resides in the second chakra, it is also where our sexual passions are connected. Our creativity is also connected there. Now what happens is, when this is focused in the right direction to our higher purpose, our higher emotional or spiritual purpose, or objective, this is how we get masterpieces, great works of art. We get really incredible creations, right? However, when this energy is not associated with a higher calling or a higher goal, right? It's this energy that can get bogged down into quick gratification, codependency, drug use, alcohol use, abuse, misuse, addictions of all kinds. You know, all of that's all associated with that second chakra energy, when it's just allowed to dissipate and you haven't kind of focused it somewhere, right? So we're talking about ultimately focusing your creative energy and working on self-mastery. These are two very, very auspicious cards, very potent animal energies, Sagittarius. Okay? I just want to say that, you know, the sea serpent also brings with it meaning. It brings with it a sense of meaningfulness in our relationships, right? A sense of enduring in our relationships, right? Because we lose the grip of self-judgment and doubt. Sea serpent energy, that second chakra energy, is pure creative desire. And so you don't limit yourself with that, right? You don't have any self-judgment with that. And so there's a lot of healing that can come from expressing that creative energy, right? There's a lot of, also a lot of, I want to say not so much as healing, but bonding that can happen when you allow this creative energy into your relationships as well. Healing wounds, right? So when a sea serpent is not activated, our creativity, our emotions are very muddy. When it's activated, we are able to express ourselves. And ultimately, for a relationship, this is beautiful energy, because it means you're able to express your love and your creativity within the relationship, which means this is a healthy connection, right? That leads to expansion. It's very, very, very good, strong energy. It basically seems to indicate that, Sagittarius, for those of you who are resonating just with these four cards alone, you're certainly in a relationship with someone or attracted to someone who is going to change your life in a very real way, or impact your life and the expansive growth of your life in a very real way. Okay? This relationship could be very transformative. Right? It could be very new in the sense that it's sort of awakening sides of yourself that bring the true you out, you know? Very strong. Certainly this mid-September, Sagittarius, those of you who are with a significant other, you guys will certainly be moving down the path to more and more creative communication and connection. You may begin to talk about the future and the next steps in terms of your goals and your desires together. Certainly very soon you want to think about what is the next step for this relationship. Your person is identifying with 6 of Wands, and you are identifying with 7 of Pentacles. You see them as a 2 of Pentacles, and they see you as an 8 of Cups. You see your relationship and the role in it as an 8-9 of Swords. Interesting. And they see the relationship and their role in it as Empress energy. At the bottom of the deck, we have Knight of Cups. Beautiful. So, Let's start off and get right into how you and your person see yourselves. Now, your person is identifying with Six of Wands energy. They feel a sense of victory right now. Perhaps something happened at work or in their social circle that has given them a little pat on the back. There's some satisfaction that they've received most recently, or certainly in the middle of September now, this period, they are celebrating, right? A little victory along the way. You, of course, are identifying with Seven of Pentacles. So you're right now, Sagittarius, maybe reevaluating your dreams and ambitions to make sure they are exactly where they should be, or are they what you really want now? Seven of Pentacles talks about looking back over the fruits of your labor. And after a while of having labored in the garden and now grown all of these pentacles, it's time to really see if that is what you wanted. But oftentimes it isn't, because during the practice or during the labor of attaining these fruits, right, you've changed. Your desires have changed and your goals have changed. And so right now, this is just kind of a reevaluation period for you while your person is enjoying their little victory. I want to say these are probably two very separate events, in a sense that they're not linked in any way. You know, your person is celebrating a victory on their own merit. Again, it could be something very personal. They may actually be in a sports field or something of that nature, or they may have they may have been in a most recent sort of power struggle at work and they have come out victorious. Your desire to reevaluate your hopes and dreams is irrespective of them. This is just where you're at right now. And certainly this is resonating with Lion and Sea Serpent energy, in the sense that you are trying to always make sure, Sagittarius, that you're on the right road towards your spiritual growth, right? Sagittarius is the sign that is about a lot of spiritual growth, right? And learning. So, of course, this is very in line with who you are. Now, how do you and your person see each other? Your person sees you as a Two of Pentacles, which is interesting because they see you as they're having to juggle two lives with you, you know? This is a juggling act being with you, or perhaps they see you possibly as juggling a lot of things right now. Certainly if you're reevaluating your dreams and your aspirations, and you may be in a period of flux right now, they're certainly seeing that. They see that you're dealing with a lot of different responsibilities right now. And they're very keenly aware of that. Interestingly enough, Sagittarius, it seems like you're having a very sort of material kind of mid-September. So the mid-September period is really the material level, or the material plane in your life is taking up a lot of your attention. So the bills, the job, the career, the abundance or the status or sustenance that you bring in, your ability to sort of keep yourself above water, all of that is very much in your foreground, and they see that. How do you see them? As the Eight of Cups. So that's interesting. You see them as sort of like they require certain things, right? You see them as sort of an exercise in a deeper relationship. You know, this person you're dealing with, Sagittarius, is, if you're seeing them as an Eight of Cups, then this person is someone who requires a higher level of connection. They're certainly not about shallow relationships, but they definitely have a lot of hoops for you to jump through, right? They definitely have a lot of requirements that you feel like you have to fulfill to be with them. And so that's quite interesting, Sagittarius, that you see them this way, you know, because Eight of Cups is about strength and weaknesses, right? But it's also about setting boundaries in relationships and requirements that people have to fulfill before they can even get close. Understanding that boundaries are good in relationships, or else you would just let anybody into your life, right? So boundaries and relationships also therefore necessitate certain requirements that you ask of people, basic requirements, you know, that you ask of people. Like, A basic requirement could be something as simple as I require someone to be a good person and their heart in order for me to be with them. What does that mean? How do I see that? How do they prove that? Well, by their actions, etc., etc. That's a very sort of simplified example, but you could be dealing with somebody who has a lot of high expectations right now, or at least you're feeling like they have a lot of high expectations. And this could be very good for you as well, in a way, right? It doesn't have to be that they're too high that you can't. Sagittarius, of course, you can, you know, Sagittarius is one of the strongest signs. You're always up to the task. But I feel like you think this is, you're feeling like this at times maybe too much. And at times it feels good to be held to a certain standard or to be required to sort of fulfill who you really are, not to let yourself slacken, as it were, right? To be the best and the most that you can be. I think this person kind of draws that out of you, even though at times you do feel like they may be a little bit harsh. Now, how do they see the relationship and their role in it? How do you see the relationship? Well, they're having some sleepless nights. Nine of Swords. I think they're a little bit worried right now. They're going through some anxiety. They may be worried that this relationship is going to go down the same road that relationships in the past have gone down. It's interesting. This Nine of Swords has popped up for a lot of the mid-September readings. And the one good thing about the Nine of Swords is that it's not indicative of any fact or reality. There's nothing really to worry about, but this is more to do with anxiety from the past and worries that the past will rear its ugly head in the future. And this is how your person is kind of seeing themselves in the relationship right now. So it's like they see that they're being like this. You know what I mean? They can see that they're being a little bit morose and anxious and anxiety-ridden and nervous for no reason. They understand that because this is how they see themselves in the relationship. You see yourself in a relationship as Empress. So Empress energy is nurturing. You see that you are here to nurture them. You're here to sort of give them the love, provide some understanding. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Very complicated in a way, but very sympathetic, very simpatical souls here. You're dealing with someone who recognizes the need for you to have a little bit of support, maybe even financially, who holds you to a very high standard, but someone who also sees in you the beauty and the nurturing that you have. And you see yourself that this person, your lover, the one you care for, your significant other, right now really does require you to be that nurturing, loving individual, that Empress, that full embodiment of feminine energy. My readings are not gender specific, but Sagittarius, for you female Sagittarius out there right now, you are very much in that sexy feminine role with this individual. I want to say this individual is certainly someone who's a very dominant person. Okay, very masculine, very domineering person. Knight of Cups is coming in, so certainly there is a desire to get this relationship and lock it down, right? There's certainly this desire of conquest here in this relationship. Knight of Cups is not the most committed knight in the deck, but I think that with these animal spirits on the deck and the other sort of aspect of the cards, the Knight of Cups, the aspect that the Knight of Cups is bringing is the desire to connect, the desire to be formal about it. You know, like, you are my girlfriend, you are my boyfriend, this sort of thing, right? There's a formality here, almost a courting, like a courtship period here that's happening. So for some of you, especially with attraction and very soon, this is a new relationship that is slowly developing, right? And this could be another reason why your person is right now identifying with Nine of Swords, simply because they're a little bit worried. Best way to deal with that is to have that conversation and to lay on the love and the affection. Excuse me. I'm going to call it Sagittarius. This is your mid-September love check-in. I hope it did resonate with you. If it did, please like, subscribe, and share. sound off below. Let us know how this is resonating with you, if this applies to your life or your situation. But for right now, my lovely Sagittarius, I hope you have a great rest of September, and I'll see you in October, beginning of October, for the October love forecast. Take care now.